that sexy wine. Give me that sexy wine.
And that was El Pank with Sexy Wine. Another artist could do no wrong for me.
WEFM, the clean, fresh sound.
WhatsApp us or call us at 457-9997. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
All right, so we are back with you for another segment of our Activated Mornings program here on WEFM. And the time is 8:11, and Roleza and Dianna and Roleza, we are now joined by Dr. Gerald Thompson. So, Doc, good morning to you.
Pleasant good morning to you, Roleza and Dianna. You know, what a wonderful weekend. You know, I tell you, I wasn't there, but it's so wonderful being part of, seeing North Leeward Carnival. You know,
you went jump off? You ain't go jump off?
I didn't go, but the biggest North Leeward Carnival.
What that me tell we last week, but when I think a song was playing when he used to have on his short pants and something.
But I tell you something,
we would have been looking for you.
Last week, you took a picture of me and sent it out, and people were commenting on it and so forth. Did you know you sent that out?
I said, what?
Yes, people showed me and so forth that I was waving, and so you're trying to take a picture of me waving my hands. But what I'm getting at is that you recall a commentator was saying they should ban rural carnivals or cut them down and so forth. I mean, in North, we had the biggest soca monarch a week or so ago, biggest carnival jump up. Why is there this process? I mean, I don't know the post. Well, I don't know the post who said I will call the name and so on. But I will call him. But why do we really look down on these communities so that they must, stand in line, only come to town and all that kind of stuff for events?
I think the reason why some persons are against it is because to them it inconveniences residents.
Who?
No, there's some person, because the music that's being played.
The residents of those areas are inconvenienced because to enjoy camp they have to come to town.
No.
Well, which residents?
No, the residents within the areas tend to complain about the music, especially older folks. Doc, you know this to be true, right? They complain about the music.
I'll tell you something. They love it.
You speak for all the residents?
You see them on their porches. That's the point. Can you speak for all the residents? And what about the Kingston residents and so forth? You know what I mean? But the point I'm making is that it's such a beautiful, wonderful event. And I'm really happy for these North Leeward folks and all the other rural folks and so forth that are enjoying Carnival. It seems Carnival, this can be the best Carnival ever.
I agree with you. It is seeming like that indeed.
Extended time. You know, saying you go up to 12 o'clock. I remember when I used to jump at 8 o'clock, the police trying to get you off the road. And then they talk about this. And then these other shows. And so they're creating a beach on the tarmac. I mean,
I'm so interested to see how that is going to turn out. Listen, when Rodney was speaking, I said, but why y'all didn't just go on a beach, But yeah, it'd be interesting to see how the concept is brought to life. Yeah.
Yes. But you see, the tarmac offers such opportunity in terms of space.
I think it's parking. Parking is a convenience there, you won't
find on a beach.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But so how you feel about, have you been following, well, both you and Dianna, the vocals part of the season? So the soca, the raga, soca, calypso. Any thoughts with regards to those?
Well, yes, and I know that some of the numbers from the different tents out. I went to a couple of the tents, and so I didn't go to all. I planned to, and it seems as if even that is better. You've got to really applaud Kaba in terms of the organization. They seem to be brought some level a real professionalism into things these days. I don't know if you think that, Dianna. It seems been lifted again. The game's been
Yeah,
lifted.
I definitely see that. I know Vincentians have been talking for a while, and I think that they have finally listened. I think that the CDC and the Department of Culture, they have a really great team as well. I mean, they are the creatives who are working there. Some very creative people, especially in CDC. They have a lot of new young persons with amazing ideas, which they have been displaying thus far. I'm feeling really great. We were complaining about our soca artists not putting out a lot of songs for the season, and this year I cannot keep up. They are collaborating, and I love it so much. They're collaborating. They're putting out so many songs.
I mean, getting back to Kingsley again, he said he prefer Skinny versus Fireman because Skinny's gone far. Okay. But look at that collaboration, as you just said, collaboration and erupt. Man, I tell you something.
You love that.
Put it on. Let me put it on camera. Put it on. Put me on camera.
Oh Lord, you keep it up, Doc. You keep it up. Good to see.
You have to.
I looked at but I don't know. I couldn't look at Graduate on Friday night, right? Just because my body seems to say that I need 12 hours sleep on a Friday, so I get my 12 hours of sleep on a Friday night. But I looked at it on a Saturday, and I was pleased. I was pleased with what it is I saw from the performances. There's only one person there. I thought this guy Mitch did a really good song, and I mean, he had missed some of his lines because he ended up repeating. But I thought the message, and it didn't happen to him alone, but I thought the message that he was conveying was a really good one. So I was actually looking for his name in the semifinals list, but he isn't there, right? So the Raga Soca list is out. We see Angie Maya. She is well, let me talk about the Soca Monac one. So Angie Maya is there, of course, Kelly J is there. And the reason why I'm highlighting these two in particular is because of the fact that they have won several of the rural carnivals Soca Monac competitions so far, right? So we see there are several persons, some names that we are very familiar with. I noticed that Lexi, I think she would be the youngest amongst them. And we are going to be conducting an interview with Lexi on Friday that she has made the list for the semi-finals, right? So congrats to her. I looked at part of the Georgetown. Is Georgetown, they call it on North Windward Carnival. They had a Soca Monac competition on Saturday night. Well, number one, it started late. It started like after 10, I think. And but Lexi performed there as well, So we see that it's not just about the older folks, but we also see the young persons getting involved. I noticed as well too at Graduates, there was a young boy who participated. Let me say young man because he might want to be called boy, but a young man who participated. He won the Junior Soca Monac, I think, last year or place or something to that effect. But he also took part in the Graduates tent activities. So yeah, we see a couple names, a good bit of names. So we are looking forward to this, and they're making it a big enough event for persons to actually want to come to the semifinals, which I think is why the beach event is happening, right? Yeah. I think that's why, right? Yeah, right. Yeah, so things are looking up for this season, and I do have to give commendations. It's just for things to be properly executed. I mean, with Rodney at the helm, I'm not concerned necessarily about things being properly executed because he has it within him already, but it's just for persons to turn out and, turn out in your numbers and be supportive.
Well, the other thing too is what this will do in terms of attracting visitors regionally and internationally. I think that maybe not necessarily this year, but you see next year, the word will go around and I think it's going to be good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. All right, so heading into another topic quickly. Doc, how was your Father's Day? Doc, how much you already have? Is one daughter?
No, I have 4 kids.
Oh.
I'm a grandfather. My son, who's in England, he owns his own company. He has 3 girls. Then I have 3 other girls, 1 in California and 2 in New York.
Okay.
One, she just moved to Connecticut. She's a environmentalist, And I'm blessed, I'm truly blessed. But Father's Day, you normally there are about 18 to 20 holidays a year or events a year. And Christmas is number one. You know what's number two? Mother's Day. Mother's Day is number two. You know what would be number 19 or 20? Father's Day. I'll tell you something. Yeah, I got a lot of texts and so forth, and people sent me and I sent them back the same message and so forth. But nobody, Mother's Day, you're sending presents. You're sending that somebody would give me a pair of socks. You know what I mean? Or give me a old tie.
An old tie?
Oh my goodness!
Something like that. But Father's Day, we are treated. We're not treated well.
I saw a thing recently where I think a man said something to the effect of why isn't there such a big push for Father's Day? And a woman commented that they're waiting on the women to organize it.
Well,
so is this actually the case, Doc?
No.
Do you men think that this is something that needs to be celebrated? Because you realize that a lot of the time when it comes to big activities, it's women who tend to organize.
We were just talking about Rodney Small and the confidence we have with him in organizing Carnival. Maybe Carnival is a small event. Maybe Carnival is a small event. But what I'm saying to you is that there is a difference. We love our mothers.
But who's supposed to push it? Who is supposed to
let me tell you something.
Push?
You are probably so close to I have a picture with your dad, right? I took a couple of weeks ago. And he said, show Roleza, And then when I came and said, I met your dad, he said, you kind of said, I didn't show you the picture. But if I had taken a picture with your mom, who I used to teach in school, right, Roleza, you would say, oh my gosh, I'll give you a picture. You would have gone crazy and viral. We treat dads, we treat them like dogs sometimes. I've got to say it that way.
But you also have to recognize why some fathers are treated like dogs, though, Doc.
Yes, I understand. But I'm talking about good fathers too. Good fathers too, there's a big difference. I'm not saying to rebalance it and treat your mother less and treat your father. But I think that I'm not even asking for equal billion. I'm not asking for equal billion. I'm saying just lift up the game just a little bit. Fathers,
but this is the thing. Who is supposed to do the pushing for this? Because if men are not going to be out there saying, okay, well, you know what?
Daughters
brethren, that we come together and we do this.
It doesn't need the mothers to do it.
Men who own businesses that can do Father's Day promotions, etc. Why don't they do the push?
I'm not selling.
No, but then you do realize that we don't hear of it as much in the media.
No.
And why is the reason for that?
Because it's not a big selling thing. The amount of money involved in selling stuff to men. What are you going to sell to men? A pair of socks, some rum, 2 Guinness.
You could sell an experience. You could pay for him to go here or go there or something.
Many need the jewelry. Many need this. Many need.
What y'all want?
We don't need a makeover.
What do y'all want, Doc?
I'll tell you something. I think we want some element of love and respect. All I would want is for my kids to come up and just come around, just give me a hug and say, thanks, Dad. That's all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't think guys get it. And then this is culturally, you know what I mean? Culturally. Because, even guys, we go and we hug. I'm talking about men and women, boys and girls. We hug our mothers, we kiss our mothers. But we don't go, no, I ain't asking for kissing.
But then you realize too, Doc, that many men don't necessarily show affection in that way. Mm-hmm. How many men actually go and hug their sons, tell their sons they love them, give their sons a kiss on the cheek? If it's not done towards your child, then it would not be reciprocated.
Culturally, it doesn't necessarily need to be done like that because of all the connotations.
But you see, this is exactly what the problem is. Why does there need to be a negative connotation towards it?
And guess what? Mothers, we do the extra special on Mother's Day, but we do it almost every day. We do it almost every day of the year. Men, Okay, Father's Day you're referring to. But then the next day, what then happens? The next week, I am saying that it's a two-tiered kind of thing. I'm not putting mothers down at all. Don't get me wrong. We got to big them up. We got to give them all the glory, the grace and everything like that need to be done. But I think what may really make a dad a better dad, not that it has to be transactional, is that I think showing a little tiny bit more appreciation will help.
I am not in disagreement with that, but you just said like
try it, Roleza. Try it. Roleza, Dianna, I'm telling Roleza to try it.
So are you telling Dianna try to your father too,
I don't know Dianna's father. I know your father. I know your mother, right? And so I'm just really...
I get off.
No idea. Dianna will chime in and say exactly what she may want to say. But speaking on behalf of the men of this nation, and speaking on behalf of maybe the men of the world, there are some bad men, and there's some extra good men too. You understand? And we can brand them all and so forth in one way or the other.
Well, I don't believe in branding, and I mean, as much as I am giving you a hard time, I do believe that men should be recognized and acknowledged and supported. Right?
Let me stop here. I'm a member of the Ex-Teachers Association, and there's a listener, an ardent listener. He said he listens every day of the week, not just on Monday, and he loves the way you all give me a hard time. See, you say you give me a hard time. They love the way you give me a hard time. They love the way you rough me up and you punch me up and so forth and things like that. And maybe it's because
you deserve it. Because he deserves it.
If I was a woman, then you all would be treating me as part of the club. But that listening is, remember I say they're having a dinner coming up, a luncheon in the office. On October the 19th, right, up at Spring Garden. And they are saying they want to give a ticket each to you, Roleza, and to you, Dianna, and hope that you would kindly accept it and come. The individual doesn't necessarily want to say his name, and so it's not a promotion, but they just love the way you beat up on me. You understand? They love the way you rough me up.
So anybody else who want to beat up on that, just please say, let me know.
No sticking.
I don't want to cause a trend, but yeah, do that. Do that.
All right. So to that person, thank you very much, and we do accept. All right. So thanks very much for that. But
thank you as well. I'm joining Roleza and saying thank you. To go back to the Father's Day thing, I do agree with you, Doc, that we don't really put as much effort into Father's Day as we do in Mother's Day. I was on the media yesterday scrolling to see how many things I would see relating to Father's Day, and I didn't see a lot, but I kind of expected that would happen. A while back, apparently men thought that it was effeminate to celebrate Father's Day. So probably it started with you guys not wanting to be celebrated because you thought that was a female thing. As well as when it's Mother's Day, you see a lot more advertisements, like you mentioned. You see a lot more sales, a lot more things being targeted, a lot more endorsements for Mother's Day. And another thing is that we have a lot of not so very good father figures in the society. I do agree with the men in the gifts that women, when you do give them, if you're giving a man a gift for Father's Day, I think that he would be deserving of the gift. I don't think you'd give a worthless man, a worthless father who ain't taking care of his children, who's not doing anything, a gift. So if you're giving a man a gift on Father's Day, I do agree with the men. The socks and underwear thing can't cut it every year. Women, your gift giving, I do have to call out my fellow women on their gift giving, and not just for Father's Day.
For every
Valentine's Day, birthday.
It's the same gift.
We have this one gift that we just want to wash and present, every time for this, every single thing for the men.
I always say because
as well as the socks and the boxers. And
you wash it and you pack it back as if it's a new socks and so forth. And the person, and the guy wouldn't know.
Right, but I do agree with the women. I do agree with the men. If the men are going all out and you expect them, especially on Valentine's Day, you want to be taken out on a date, you want to go here, you want this. But what do you give the man in return for Valentine's Day? The same thing for your birthday. You want all sorts of things for your birthday. You want
That
to go
could be
to Paris.
extra. That could be an extra gift.
Right?
Yeah. Right. All right.
You want to go to all over for your birthday, but when it's his birthday, it's not. I agree with them. The socks and the underwear thing, I ain't like that, man. That's not good enough.
All right. I think this might be Quartz. Hi, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. All right. So we are going to end this segment at this time. We might continue it in the next segment. So we have Quartz on the line. It is 8:30. So we are going to head directly into our Quartz desk for today.